Very good morning, friends. So I hope you're all doing safe as well as healthy. Well, I have been making some videos on specific indices, and this particular month I picked up index 10. And I think in this video I'm going to talk something very interesting. As you can see, the name of the video itself is suggesting something very interesting: confirmed cases of adjusting event. Does Index 10 give me any examples of events which are, a confirmed case of adjustments? Yes. If you look at the para number 9 of Index 10, it gives you certain examples of cases where we can certainly say that yes, this is an adjusting event. In fact, if you recall in the previous video, I had made a run through as far as a three-step model is concerned. And in the three-step model, my second step was that looking at that is there any condition which is present on the balance sheet date. Now, is there a list of examples which tells me that in this particular case, this is the condition which is present on the balance sheet date? Yes. The para number 9 is a very crucial para in terms of Index 10 if you want to understand the concept in terms of step number 2, wherein we can say that yes, there was a condition which was existent on the balance sheet date, and thereby once you get the evidence, it is certainly adjustment in nature. Let's, I think, take one of the examples which is a confirmed case of adjustments in para number 9. CA फाइनल के अंदर हम सब जानते हैं कि कोर्स के अंदर इंडेक्स और केवल इंडेक्स है, लेकिन कुछ ऐसे इंडेक्स हैं जिसकी आपको इन डेप्थ नॉलेज आनी चाहिए, क्योंकि ये सभी इंडेक्स ऑलमोस्ट आप लगा लीजिए, अगर हम एवरेज ट्रेंड लेके चलते हैं तो 65 to 70% ऑफ द पेपर कुछ सेलेक्टेड इंडेक्स में से आता है, जिनमें इंडेक्स ऑन बिजनेस कॉम्बिनेशन, इंडेक्स 103, कंसोलिडेशन के आपके स्टैंडर्ड्स इंडेक्स 110, 111 और इंडेक्स 28, और सेपरेट फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स इंडेक्स 27, और इसके अलावा फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स इंडेक्स 32 और इंडेक्स 109, और इंडेक्स ऑन रेवेन्यू 115 और इंडेक्स ऑन लीजेस 116। ये कुछ आपके ऐसे स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं जो आपका मेन पेपर कवर करते हैं। ये सारे सेक्शंस जो मैंने आपसे कहे, अगर हम पास्ट ट्रेंड देखें तो इनके अंदर लगभग आप आराम से 60% ऑफ द पेपर की कवरेज देख सकते हैं। और एक बार आपको इन इंडेक्स की पकड़ आ गई तो समझ लीजिए आपके फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग का पेपर आपके हाथ में है, और उसके अंदर आप बहुत अच्छा स्कोर कर सकते हैं। इसी सोच के साथ अनअकैडमी पर मैं आपके साथ लेके आ रहा हूं कोर्स ऑन इंडेक्स विच इज इन डेप्थ बैच। इसके अंदर हम स्टैंडर्ड्स के टेक्स्ट को लेके उसकी पूरी इंटरप्रिटेशन देखेंगे, और साथ में आपके साथ क्वेश्चंस करेंगे, जिसमें स्टडी मटेरियल के क्वेश्चंस और आपके एजुकेशन मटेरियल के कुछ सेलेक्टेड क्वेश्चंस, सारे एमटीपीज, मॉक टेस्ट पेपर्स, रिविजनरी टेस्ट पेपर्स, और साथ में आपके साथ पास्ट एग्जामिनेशन पेपर्स और कुछ सेलेक्टेड इंडेक्स बुलेटिन्स भी इसके अंदर कवर करेंगे। तो आइए इस बैच को आप ज्वाइन करें। इसका लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिलेगा। ये बैच शुरू होने जा रहा है कल से, यानी कि 9 मई से। समय इसका रहेगा मॉर्निंग में 8:30 to 10 AM, मंडे टू फ्राइडे। तो भाई डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स के अंदर इसका लिंक दीजिए, और जब आप इस कोर्स को सब्सक्राइब करें तो मेरा कोड इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं CAKB10, आपको इस पर 10% डिस्काउंट भी इमीडिएटली मिलेगा। तो आइए लेट्स क्रैक इट। This is an extract of the para number 9 clause A, where we are given an example of a confirmed case of adjustments. Look at the wordings very carefully. It says the settlement. The word is very clear. The settlement after the reporting period of a court case that confirms that the entity had a present obligation at the end of the reporting period. Now, if there is a settlement of a court case between the cut-off dates, that is the balance sheet date, and the financial statements are approved, it proves that there is a present obligation. That means a condition is present on a balance sheet date. But what is the evidence? It is the settlement of a court case. So you mean to say that if there is a court case going on before the balance sheet date, but the settlement doesn't take place, well, then the para number 9A doesn't get triggered. The concept of para number 9A is only when the court case is settled. So let's say, for example, if there is a change in opinion of the lawyers, and they say that, earlier we thought that we might win the case, but now they are saying that we might lose the case, that's not considered to be a settlement. So that means if I am given that there is a court case which is going on against the company and the company loses or wins the case, irrespective, then we would say that the settlement of a court case is the evidence of the fact that there is a condition which is present on the balance sheet date. And it further elaborates, the entity adjusts any previously recognized provision. You might have taken a provision in accordance with Ind AS 37, or you might land up recognizing a new provision altogether. So let's say, for example, the company took a call on the balance sheet date that it's a case of a contingent liability and never created a provision in the books of accounts. Now, if the court case gets settled at a later date, now you need to go back and create a provision. So it might amount to either adjusting a recognized provision or maybe recognizing a new provision altogether. It further adds on in this particular case that the entity cannot merely disclose a contingent liability because settlement is additional evidence that would be considered in accordance with Ind AS 37. So, moral of the story is that if there is a court case against the company and the court case gets settled post balance sheet date, of course, within the cutoff period of Ind AS 10, then it is a confirmed case of adjustment events. Because if the court case has got settled, it proves that there is a condition on the balance sheet date and therefore a provision needs to be recognized. If it was already recognized, maybe there is need to update the provision amount. And if it was a contingent liability, then there is a need to recognize a new provision altogether. Isn't that pretty interesting indeed? So that's all in this particular video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye and take care.